Hey everyone, Gil here at Camp Patton Family Compound. Well, I started to do this several days ago, and totally spaced on editing it and everything else. And then things have changed since then, so I'm going to redo it here, give you a proper one here. All right, so I've changed around the setup on the indoor garden, and looking at it, you can probably, those who've been watching it realize right away that things have changed. So let's go over and look at it here closer. So all of the buckets that were down in front have been moved and relocated, and I'll get to where those are at. I had taken out the tomato plant. Does not do well in this bucket over here, or this tub here. So all I had in there was the carrots, and my grandsons came over. Two of my grandsons came over and were wanting carrots, and then I started pulling a couple out to give them, and the tops were huge. The actual carrot was small. There were some of them that were decent size, but for the most part they were, were really, really nothing. And so we spent about a half an hour or so going through, pulling them out, cleaning them off. Anyone that had any sort of carrot on it, they were eaten, and boom, gone as fast as I could pull it out. So we cleaned that all up, and I added some more soil to it to raise it up because it was starting to settle down. And right there, I went and planted another cucumber, similar to the one behind it there, just to see how big of a cucumber I can get going in here. So that's the main one that happened on that one. The other, the tomato over here, if I can get up here, I get to some of it. It was up into the lights, and I was planning on trimming it. So I took some trimming of some of the straggly ends that weren't doing anything, and hopefully it'll start putting out more shoots down lower, and the suckers off the joints and stuff, and they'll start putting out for more tomatoes. Right now I got two that are just really ripe there, that one there and that one down there. So I got two of them here that are ripe, and another one's just starting to turn. So, but I got right here, I just got 10 right there in that batch there. And there's several other batches around here, blocks of them, of tomatoes and stuff around. So I got quite a few tomatoes on here, but yeah, I think I'm going to go with a different variety that produces maybe less tomatoes, but bigger tomatoes. And Joe at Garden State Gardener had recommended a variety of them, and I looked at several different ones of the variety, and I got one picked up, but right now nobody has any seeds for them. All right, what else here? There was something else I was going to mention on the tomato. I just can't think about it now, but I may have to start clipping off some of the dying leaves down below and get that squared away. Now over here, where on this one I had I had two big trays of onions. They're in the ground now, and so everything that was on here has been and the cucumbers and the cantaloupe were all in the ground. So I moved the basil after I dehydrated, clipped off the basil, and so I've got the basil over here. And let's go around the corner here into the tight squeeze. And so the three sets of lights that were across here, well, still got one of them down here, but I figured out a way where I could hang it, and it would twist it up on it and kind of shine the light at an angle in there. So that's what it's doing. And then I did the same thing here with the shop light. I figured out I just hooked one on the side here and then tilted it up, and then hooked the small chain up here so that there would twist up and shine light in that way. I hung two more of the grow lights vertically here, along it, and so it's shining light. And so I got 4 of the vertical 4-foot grow lights on the tomato plant right now. So it's got good lighting all around it, and it still has three lights up above it. Actually, the whole area here does. So tomato is producing fairly well right now. I just got to remember to keep an eye out on new blossom setting, and when the blossoms open up to pollinate it. Alrighty, so that's it for the tomato, and then I got one more set of onions out. I'm going to try to get that out today. I was going to try to do that before just things got a little hectic. Now, one of the things I did is on the other side over there where I had the one of my little bar extensions out there and had the one shop light at, I moved it over here and I got it hooked up here, so I got the different lights hanging from it, and that's how I got the lights hanging on it over there. So that's that, and that's doing pretty good. Now the pig, you notice the pig trough one, you know, the 30 gallon barrel cut in half lengthwise is no longer down here. The lettuce bolted on me in a couple days, and so I harvested it and ate what I could. And then for some of the soil, I put some of the soil in this bucket here. I raised the others there up, and so I transplanted some of the onions that were in that pig trough one, and so I got that one and this one are the 2 Walla Wallas that actually grew a little bit. And then I got several bunching onions there and several bunching onions there. So, and of course the Swiss chard is still coming along nicely, and I wasn't realizing it that it was even though I was watering it every day, it needs more water on it, even though it's only a 3.5 gallon bucket, because of all the leaves. It's got moisture evaporating out of the leaves, so I got to up that. Over here is my one cucumber that's in a 5 gallon container, and I got to get the Q-tips out here and pollinate a couple of the blossoms down here today, so I'll get on that. But it is climbing the one garden stake here pretty good, so we're going to see how that goes along and that goes. Alright, so I think that covers everything I need to talk about here. The other bunching onions over here I gave them a haircut and they're peeking up a little bit. They're not laying down, and they're actually putting out some growth effort there. So, yep, I think that covers it all. And here's another look at those 2 tomatoes that are ripening up right now. And it's got some more green ones over here on this side, and more tomatoes back over in there. And so yeah, we got a lot of tomatoes around here. Alrighty, folks. The way things are going, just want to remind everybody, plant a garden, even an indoor garden. You can grow food, and you can get you can save some money. Alrighty. Alright, I'll see you around the next video.